Hey guys, and welcome to a random video to the channel, and welcome to Daemonheim. Daemonheim has officially had its brand new look released into Runescape 3 today. As you see, it is dramatically changed from the old nostalgic look of what it used to be. Now, Daemonheim really was a look to start with, so to think that they've now done a graphic overhaul of not just Daemonheim, but the whole sort of area around Daemonheim as well, it's pretty big, to be fair. It's very big, but they've done a good job. Really happy with how it's come, and it's got quite a lot of new content as well to the game. So one of the big problems to start with is that I was expecting this to be a brand new way to make some GP with some new materials coming into the game. However, what they've decided to do, which is also a pretty good way to look at it as well, is they've made all the materials needed for all of the artifacts for the Daemonheim branch of archaeology to link with the orphan Digsite. So because of this, all the materials you can get from the orphan Digsite are needed for the archaeology items for Daemonheim. Which doesn't mean we're going to have new items or new materials to go and collect for a high price. However, it does mean that the orphan materials, which were kind of sort of left by the wayside, have got a higher value currently because people wanted to complete these logs, get the new items and move on from there. So to go through this update, we're going to go through a couple of different things. We're going to go through the new offhands, look at the archaeology workbench to see what we need to do to get them, go through all the different areas of the new updates, both the lower level and the warp depths as well. If you are looking to do the warp depths and just need a bit of a quick run through on how to get there, I have made sure to attach the guide I did earlier on, just talking through how to get to the warp depths as well. Kind of a little mini quest, kind of not, but it doesn't take too long and it is kind of quick to get done. Anyway, so where we're going to start, where are we going to start? So I'm going to go one more look over the top of here. And again, what they've done is a really good job of just sort of like discovering Daemonheim and all the sort of areas to it as well. So if we can have a look from the top, as you can see, loads of changes, but it still kind of keeps that dungeoneering theme to it. So what we're going to go and do first, I'm going to go and look at the workbench just to show you like the offhands. Our offhands are going to be two of the big things from here. And looking at what the requirements are, it's all going to be done through archaeology. Now, Scoldrum here is going to be your site manager, and if you can't see him, it's because you've not discovered him on the frozen section of the dungeoneering floors. Basically, he's sort of stuck in like an ice barrage animation, and you just need to melt him and then release him, and then he comes here as well. He's the NPC which does the Fremenic Sagas, so if you're looking to do comp anyway, you do need to unlock him and speak to him as well. So the artifacts are all sort of tied into the Dragonkin stuff, so it's the same one as the Orphan, and it's all basically dotted here as well. I think they've branched out between the two dig sites, but it might have just gone by level, and whatever level is best. But yeah, so that's all the artifacts. That's going to be the Daemonheim and Orphan is going to contribute to the Dragon King collections. But what we're most interested in is in the miscellaneous stab. We have the Skekker's Hypno Wand and also Ballark's Sash Brush. So currently this is tradable, so you can actually make this. And what I'm hoping this is going to be is very similar to the Spear Tip. The Spear Tip is something you can get from archaeology, and looking at this, you get the damaged Sash's brush, which almost looks like an artifact. And then you basically use these items to go and restore it. So we're going to go down to the warp depths in a bit anyway. We can go and see if that's needed, but the archaeology level is 103. So I'll have a look around and see what's there, but I have a feeling this is going to be a Spear Tip. And if we're going to look at what it is, it's going to be a 5% increase to excavation success rate, 5% increase to matic base precision, 10% chance of receiving an additional archaeology material while excavating, and a 5% chance to gain focus with the 100% sprite focus. And then also the chronal focus will increase your matic precision multiplier and also have bonuses with the sprite side as well, which is pretty good to be fair. And the Skekker's Hypno Wand, which doesn't need any particular like quest or anything, it just needs to have the 4 pieces of a Hypno Wand, which I think are going to be very similar to the Matic. Doing the Immercado Matic, you needed to go and collect all the pieces, which I think is what the Hypno Wand's going to be as well. It seems this will be more common, so we'll see. I'm going to go and like sort of spend the rest of the week, whenever I've got some time this week, in the Daemonheim dungeon, because I think it's going to be worthwhile because the materials are going to be high. Also as well, I'm going to be doing a little video on the Grand Exchange as well, just to test out a couple of things. Mainly what the volcanic ash price is going to be, because I think there's some GP to be made there, whether we can screen the ash for materials, but then also go through all the orphan materials as well, just see if there's any sort of GP in there as well, if you're going to go and hunt, and just AFK just for simple profit. Because I think AFK in the Daemonheim, or turns out the orphan dig site, can be some serious profit over the next couple of weeks, because people will be after these materials. in terms of what the Hypno one does, it gives you an increased chance of catching whirligigs by 5%, which would be pretty big, especially if you're going for dazzly whirligigs. That's going to be pretty huge. Increases speed you build and arm big game hunter traps by 20%. Again, that's going to be pretty massive. And then also increasing the chance of multiple dinosaurs at once in big game hunter is going to be pretty big as well. And so for big game hunter, this is going to be pretty massive. But that whirligig thing could be something huge to try out once we've got it, because whirligigs just make so much profit. And then the hunter's will, trappable creatures are strongly attracted to newly placed box traps, which would be really interesting to see how that affects the hunter XP per hour, especially like if that could count for protein traps, because technically they are a box trap, that could be pretty huge. But yeah, really good rewards there. And the fact that they're tradable and there can be another form of GP you can make from archaeology. Again, you didn't need to convince me anymore that archaeology is one of the best money making skills in the game, because I already believe it already. But now the fact you've got this available is huge. Right, so we're walking in on the base floor. So here you've got two spots where you can excavate. You have the castle hall rubble and also the tunneling equipment repository. And this is where, like, originally everyone started to try and find the warped depth sort of door. The warped depth door is there. Again, the guide will be in the video link, so go and check that out. You can come upstairs as well, and there's two more spots here. You have the botanical reserve, and then you also have the communal space. The communal space is where you get the friendship bracelet, which is going to give you the ability to go to the warped depth, so that, again, it's important to go. And again, just looking at the area, they've really sort of kind of kept to the Daemonheim theme, but really sort of brought it up a bit. And did it need doing? Not really. Like, Dungeoneering was such an iconic area and sort of iconic space, but I think to tie in with the lore of the Dragon King, they've done really well to sort of make sure that's really sort of pushed hard, but also to update it to a point where you can have an archaeology sort of spots here. They have done a decent job. And the best job they have done is this spot here. So this is the warped depths, and this is just so cool. And I'm hoping at some point, like, we can have quests linked here, because I think there's going to be so much lore here, so much to sort of like have in terms of floor 61, if that's ever going to be a thing, if we're ever going to like sort of push to do that as well. But as an area as a whole, it's really, really nice. And again, they've done this quite well, and they've brought this kind of content to the game. Is the relic as good as it should be? I think we can all agree that it could be better, but it's definitely like a nice way to give a refreshed look to a very old part of the game. They've brought another sort of essence of archaeology in as well, and they've filled quite a lot of gaps in archaeology, which for a while I didn't quite realize like how many like sort of gaps, especially 100 up, there is in archaeology. But fitting in a new Digsite, fitting in new artifacts and stuff like that will also provide as well. And it gives me a reason to do archaeology. Few quick tips while doing this as well, because again, I've been reading some of the comments which people have been saying in public. Make sure to have your premier artifact 50% on your porter charges. It's going to be pretty huge for this. Auto screener if you have got it. If you have not and you're doing like the lower levels, use magic notepaper on your soil. Volcanic ash will be very expensive, because people can screen soil and get the material for that, and that's going to be a huge money maker for a little while. Don't drop it. Make sure you're noting it, banking it and selling it. I've tried to put an offer in before, just after the update started, at 10k each, couldn't get it. So volcanic ash is going to be very much on it. In terms of huge content, I'm going to be doing a video talking through all the material prices. We're going to check things like margins. We're going to check the price of ashes. I'm going to do a full 1,000 like sifting soil of ashes, see how much we can make from that, and just work out like what else we can make based off this archaeology update, which isn't the archaeology update. Like I did in the video which we looked at Osius, not just Osius makes profit, all the other stuff can make money linked to Osius as well. You just need to find out all the different things, and we're going to do that live for you guys as well, and just talk through like what we're looking to do, what we're looking to find, and how we can find ways to make profit in that sort of manner. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you have, please make sure to give me a like, subscribe to the channel. If you are stuck on trying to find the warped depth, please make sure to check out the guide I did earlier on. That's gone down really well, so thank you guys so much for the comments. I think this guide went out a little bit better than the Osius one, so thank you all for the support. Really do appreciate it. You guys are the best. If you've got anything you want to see in relation to this update, please make sure to drop me a comment as well. I'll always make sure to reply back to it. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. Trying to aim 5,000 by the end of the year. Thank you guys for who have already done it already. And that's pretty much it. Thank you guys for watching once again, and I'll see you guys very soon in the next video.